Iran, America, and Israel. What exactly is this fight all about? There are 57 Islamic countries in the world, but what is the reason that America and Israel, leaving all of them aside, are after just one country, Iran? To fully understand this war between Iran and America, we need to go back all the way to World War II. We shall never surrender. In World War II, every country in the world had only two options: either support the British Empire or support Hitler. Most countries in the world supported the British Empire, but at that time, Iran's Shah chose to shake hands with Hitler, abandoning the British Empire. After this, Iran and Germany became very close friends, and this did not please the British Empire at all. Therefore, Britain attacked Iran from all sides and began conquering all of Iran very quickly. Seeing this, Iran's Shah surrendered to the British Empire within just a few days and began begging them to save his kingdom. The British Empire said, "Fine, but we have one condition: you must step down from Iran's throne and make your 22-year-old young son the new Shah of Iran," because this son, Reza Shah Pahlavi, was a loyal puppet of the British Empire. Iran's new Shah was very inspired by the British. He wanted the people of Iran to dress exactly like the West, party like them, and forget all their traditions. Therefore, from day one, he was trying to somehow distance Islam from the people of Iran. Due to this, he banned wearing hijab in Iran, closed many madrasas and mosques, and began arresting Iran's major Islamic scholars. In their place, he began spreading music, parties, and alcohol throughout Iran. There came a time when so much alcohol was being produced in Iran that this Islamic country began exporting alcohol to the world. Iran's Shah thought that whatever he was doing was very good work. I mean, to be, as you see, we are the king of kings. He even told Saudi King Faisal one day, "Why are you living in old times? You should make Saudi a liberal country just like the West." But Saudi King Faisal refused to do so. But the funny thing here is that today, that same Saudi tells Iran to become a bit more liberal, but now Iran doesn't listen to them. Eventually, Iran's Shah tried so hard to distance Iran from Islam that all of Iran's major Islamic scholars began opposing their Shah. After this, these scholars began giving speeches against the Shah in Iran's mosques and madrasas. Among them, the biggest scholar's name was Ayatollah Khomeini. Khomeini and his followers began inciting Iran's people to rebel against the Shah. Eventually, Khomeini's power grew so much in Iran that Iran's Shah arrested him and expelled him from Iran forever. After this, Imam Khomeini left Iran and began living in Iraq, where a young leader was watching his every move very carefully, Saddam Hussein. Gradually, Saddam Hussein also began fearing Khomeini after seeing his power. One day he even told Iran's Shah, "If you want, I can sideline Khomeini and shoot him," which was a very common thing for Saddam, and we have fully explained this. But Iran's Shah said, no, there's no need to kill him. This old Khomeini can't harm me at all. Imam Khomeini, sitting in Iraq, began recording his speeches on cassettes, which were then very secretly smuggled and spread throughout Iran. People became so inspired listening to Khomeini's words that they gradually began considering Imam Khomeini their leader more than Iran's Shah. But still, removing Iran's Shah was not an easy task because he had a very dangerous army and full support from superpower America. But here, when Iran's Shah was at the peak of his power, he made the biggest mistake of his life. The flames of Persia, the world's biggest and most expensive party. Suddenly one day, Iran's Shah announced that to revive the great Persian Empire, the world's biggest party would be held in Iran. This was such a party where all the world's leaders and big celebrities would be invited. For this party, a new city was built in the middle of Iran's desert, and for his VIP guests, Iran's Shah ordered 600 limousines. Food was served on golden plates, after which Iran's Shah made everyone stand before him and sat on his golden throne as if he was now the new emperor of the empire. But now, while Iran's Shah was living his luxurious life, Iran's poor people began thinking that we are craving for food and drink here, and our Shah eats from golden plates. Gradually, Khomeini became so powerful in Iran that Iran's Shah realized that now only one power could save him from Khomeini, superpower America. So, just like his father, he went to beg before the superpowers. Express to you our deep gratitude. After this, America, France, and other countries' presidents held a very important meeting together. And at the end of this meeting, they clearly told Iran's Shah that now no one can save you from Khomeini. And hearing this, Iran's Shah fled his country forever. As soon as Khomeini learned that Iran's Shah had fled Iran out of fear of him, Imam Khomeini finally set off toward Iran after living in exile for 14 years. In the history of the world, so many people had never gathered for any leader as gathered to welcome Imam Khomeini. 7 million people welcomed Imam Khomeini to Iran, which was a world record. As soon as Khomeini reached Iran for the first time from Iranian soil, chants of death to America and death to Israel began. Khomeini's followers arrested all the people in the American embassy, and Khomeini, taking the name of America's president, said, "I will not release these 50 people until you, America, hand over Iran's Shah to us." And from here began the first enmity between America and Iran. But Iran's Shah never returned to Iran, and after his death, his son announced himself as Iran's new Shah. Now, in Iran, Khomeini established his new Islamic government. But as soon as Khomeini became Iran's leader, at the same time, a new leader also emerged in Iraq, right next to Iran, Saddam Hussein. But the problem here was that other world leaders were very afraid of Khomeini's power, because Khomeini repeatedly incited the people of other Muslim countries in his speeches to rebel against their kings. Seeing this, Iraq's leader Saddam Hussein, at the behest of America and Arab leaders, attacked Khomeini. And for 8 years there was a very harsh war between Iran and Iraq. But even with the support of the entire world, Saddam Hussein could not remove Khomeini from his throne. And finally, 8 years later, as soon as this war ended, shortly after, Imam Khomeini passed away from this world. Khomeini's funeral was the biggest funeral in world history because 10 million people participated in his funeral, which is still in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest gathering for any leader. After this, Iran's ministers together chose their new leader after Ayatollah Khomeini's student, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, who is Iran's supreme leader to this day. After the war with Iraq ended, Iran's leaders realized that now America and Israel would never stop chasing them until Iran had its own atomic bomb. But now the problem was that making an atomic bomb is not an easy task. It is a very difficult technology, and at that time no one was ready to give this technology to Iran. So now Iran was waiting for some miracle that some country in the world would help it make an atomic bomb. And the strange thing is that exactly this happened. Very close to Iran, a country, the world's first Islamic country, Pakistan i Ponki made so it made its first atomic bomb. Pakistan today successfully conducted 5 nuclear tests. After Pakistan made its atomic bomb, Abdul Qadir Khan very secretly began sending centrifuge technology to Iran to make atomic bombs. To make an atomic bomb, the centrifuge machine is the most important thing, which in simple terms spins just like a washing machine, but instead of clothes, uranium is put in it. If uranium is kept in this machine for a little while, up to 5%, it produces electricity. But if uranium is spun in this machine for a very long time, up to 90%, it makes an atomic bomb. Iran, using Pakistan's technology, began building nuclear plants very quickly. But as soon as Iran started doing all this, America somehow got news of all this. Now, Pakistan's atomic bomb was still somewhat acceptable to America because Pakistan is a very loyal country to America. Whatever happens to Pakistan, it never goes against America because Pakistan and America are very old friends. But Iran was completely opposite to Pakistan. It repeatedly looked America in the eye and threatened it. Therefore, as soon as America learned about Iran's project, America's president came before the entire world and said in his speech that there are some countries in the world that want to make chemical and atomic bombs for themselves. One is Iraq's Saddam Hussein, and the other is Iran's Khamenei, which everyone in the world now knows was a big lie. Shortly after George Bush's speech, America attacked Saddam Hussein and ended Saddam's government by killing thousands of people in Iraq. After breaking Saddam Hussein's government so easily, America realized that it could attack any country in the world by making false accusations against it. Therefore, after attacks on Afghanistan and Iraq, now America's next target was Iran. And America repeatedly began telling this lie again, that Iran has atomic bombs. After this, now the entire world's eyes were on Iran's leader Ayatollah Khamenei. And this was the best time to attack Iran because on one side of Iran, America had a very large army in Afghanistan, and on Iran's other side, Iraq was also filled with American forces. This meant America had surrounded Iran from all sides. So now the entire world's attention was on Iran's leader Ayatollah Khamenei. How would he save his country Iran from superpower America? And here Khamenei said something that broke all of America's excuses for attacking Iran. Khamenei, who is a very big scholar of the Islamic world, gave a fatwa that making atomic bombs is haram for Muslims in Islam because Islam teaches us that even in the battlefield, no child, elderly person or woman can be killed. Even in war, there is no permission to cut trees. But an atomic bomb is something that destroys everything without seeing anything. Therefore, Iran's Khamenei declared atomic bombs haram for Muslims and also announced that Iran has no intention of making atomic bombs. And Iran opened its doors to everyone and also announced that any agency in the world could come to Iran and see for themselves that Iran has no intention of making atomic bombs. But the UN team went to Iran and saw that all of Iran's nuclear plants were built on exactly the same design as those built in Pakistan. And the entire world understood that Iran had bought this technology from Pakistan. And so much pressure began building on Pakistan that Abdul Qadir Khan himself came on TV and accepted this fact and then apologized to everyone. Much of it is true. And to please the world, Pakistan arrested Abdul Qadir Khan and locked him in his own house. After Khamenei's fatwa, America had no excuse left to attack Iran. But there was one country in the world that repeatedly forced America to attack Iran, pressure on Iran, but America did not listen to Israel. But gradually, situations began changing. a very important person from Iran sitting in France wrote a very strange thing that Ayatollah Khamenei's fatwa declaring atomic bombs haram is a false fatwa, and he is hiding behind Islam's concept of taqiyya. In Islam, taqiyya means that any person can lie to save their life. So this person said that Khamenei gave this false fatwa to save the lives of Iranian people. And this person, Mahmoud Morad Khan, was no ordinary man. He was Khamenei's sister's son. Khamenei's sister and her son are among his biggest enemies in Iran. During these same days, America's suspicion of Iran also began increasing. After this, finally in 2009, America imposed very strict sanctions on Iran. Look at this graph. Before America's sanctions, Iran's economy was rising very quickly. But as soon as America imposed sanctions, Iran's entire economy completely collapsed. After America's sanctions, a country like Iran, rich in oil and gas, began going completely bankrupt. Without America's permission, Iran cannot sell its gas to anyone in the entire world. Even after a deal with its close country Pakistan, Pakistan does not buy gas from Iran and imports LNG from distant Qatar, leaving Iran's cheap gas. Only 3 big countries in the world still do business with Iran today: China, Russia, and India. Finally, due to America's sanctions, Iran's conditions became so bad that Iran's government became ready to make a deal with America. And finally, Iran made a nuclear deal with America's President Barack Obama, understanding that Iran will not make atomic bombs, in exchange for which America will remove all sanctions from Iran. And Iran's economy would become strong again, which was a great success for both countries. But from day one, there was one person in America who was strongly against this deal, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump was against this deal because there is a very big network of Jews in America, without whose support no one can do anything in America. Therefore, shortly after winning his first elections, Donald Trump ended the deal made with Iran and once again imposed strict sanctions on Iran to weaken Iran's economy, due to which Iran's economy began falling rapidly again. But of course, Iran is Iran. It was not going to remain silent out of fear like the rest of the Muslim world. As soon as Trump imposed restrictions on Iran, Iran restarted its nuclear program. But on the other hand, everyone knows Donald Trump. He doesn't tolerate anyone's mischief in the world except his own. When Iran looked America in the eye, Donald Trump, to teach them a lesson, suddenly one day killed Iran's army chief Qasem Soleimani in a missile attack. This was a matter of great humiliation for Iran and its people, that someone could so easily kill their army chief in front of the entire world. Due to this, anger against America gradually began increasing in Iran. And as soon as new elections were held in Iran after Soleimani's death, a new president came in Iran's next elections, Ibrahim Raisi, who was a very strict president of Iran and was not ready to bow before America and Israel under any circumstances. And along with this, he began sending funding and weapons to all groups fighting against Israel, and it was during his era that the war between Israel and Gaza began. But we all know what happens when any leader speaks so openly against America and Israel. President Raisi died when the helicopter crashed. After Raisi's death, elections were held in Iran again a year ago, in which Iran's people chose a leader completely opposite to Ibrahim Raisi, someone who is a very soft and calm person, who, upon becoming president, first announced that we still stand firmly with that same fatwa of Ayatollah Khamenei, and Iran will never make atomic bombs. Along with this, he also said that Iran is ready to make deals with America, in fact, with the entire world. Due to which, very secretly, just some time ago, Meetings began happening for a deal between America and Iran again. But Israel never wants America and Iran to make a deal with each other, and Israel began trying every way. After this, Israel again began making false accusations against Iran. Iran has never given up its quest for nuclear weapons, that Iran is going to make atomic bombs within a month. What kind of atomic bomb is this that has been going to be made in a month for the past 25 years, but hasn't been made yet? Israel also accused Iran of repeatedly wanting to kill America's President Donald Trump. Therefore, today Israel is attacking Iran and selectively killing every person in Iran who wants to make deals with America. And through these attacks, Israel is trying to make Iran angry and take some wrong step so that superpower America attacks Iran, and the government of Ayatollah Khomeini, which was formed many years ago, breaks down. Subscribe.